welcome back to Legend of the Willow, and we're going to be doing the finale of Season 1, yay! Okay, it says, Episode 10, May returns to the Okia. After all this time, okay. Are we going to have a showdown at the Okia? I don't really want to get the other people there involved or hurt in any kind of way. I guess the problem with doing this inside of town, but, I mean, it won't be that easy to lure him out of town. So, we'll have to see how that goes. Ooh. I'm interested. So we met Masamune last time. I'm not impressed with him as a romantic option. I just don't like the way that he manipulated her. You know? Like I said, I'm impressed with his skills as a samurai ronin. Yeah, I like the description of his fight scenes a lot. He seems really cool in that aspect for sure. I can understand his reasoning for the choices that he's made in his life so far. Of course, we don't know the full story about how his master died or anything like that. But to throw her mentor in her face and then be like, "Oh, do you even care?" That's too much for me. That was where I drew the line. That really pissed me off. So, yeah. I'm not okay with that, but, you know, we'll probably be friends. Chapter 10, is that him? The banked fire, the guest's shadow on the wall, a silhouette. Masamune paused. It was unclear if he was gathering his thoughts or wondering if May would give up at the last moment once she heard the plan. He watched her closely for a reaction as he spoke. When Goto sees you, he won't risk losing you again. He will follow you. You will need to lead him away from the busy streets, preferably to a quiet, deserted place. And what's to stop him from calling all his guards? Okay. May didn't look scared. The remnants of her melancholy and fatigue were replaced by focus and readiness for action. She nodded. I know of a place like that. Are you sure? Yes, I hid there. But how would he recognize me? To pursue someone just because they match a description would be odd. Takuma is a strong yokai. He will know. What if he rushes at me? Very well, that's why we came here. I mean, yeah, that is why we came here, but like, seriously though, what if he rushes at me? Like, what do I do if he decides, you know, he's not gonna wait and he's just gonna like slice me down? But they said that he claimed that he was looking for me to be a witness of some sort. I mean, even if he rushes at me, I'm gonna have to figure it out myself. Like I said, not that I trust Masamune to help me. So, we just have to figure it out either way. And I'm sure it's not gonna go as planned anyway. So let's just do it. Sure, whatever. Don't be afraid. I'll be close by you at all times and won't let you out of my sight. Okay. She thoughtfully moved objects on the table, out of habit, trying to create a pleasing and proper composition. Although she's still engaged in a... I like that. It kind of gives her, like, personality, like showing her little mannerisms and things like that. Arranging the herbs in her canvas bags to resemble a flower. That's so cute. Like, just something she just does idly while she's like, you know, thinking. Where do we begin? 2 days later, Masamune and May came to a small market. In her hands, May carried a wicker basket. People were talking all around them, speaking over each other, offering their goods. Yams, millet from the south, Island ginger? Mistress, I have bone, wood combs, lapis lazuli. Mochi and fragrant chestnuts were being prepared nearby. Silk, only I have these colors, take a look. Cheap too. A lean man off to the side of ceremoniously displayed his goods, the pride of the northern province, an assortment of exquisite weapons and armor. The bargaining went briskly. The one disguised as Takuma Goto was angry. Did we ever get a picture of him? I don't remember. Because I feel like we only saw him as in his, Oni form, yokai form. He was annoyed by the city in which the cursed fox was hiding. He was tired of the stupid muttering guards whom he commanded. Why was he so sure that I was still in the city? Like, because I've been gone for a while. Look, read that. It says, in the city, by the city in which the cursed fox was hiding. Unable to find it. So he thought I was still in the city the whole time. I'm not saying he would have never given up on finding me. But however, if he hadn't even considered that I had left the city yet. That's what this is the kind of shit I'm talking about. Masamune was like, well sure, if I found you, he'll find you. I'm like, are you sure? He still hadn't even thought to search outside the city yet. Or he was so sure that I was still here. Like, I literally only just got back. That's just funny. He was tired of the stupid muttering guards whom he commanded and who were unable to find her. He was infuriated by the market, stinking of fish, horses, and beggars, which he regularly visited, forced to impersonate a human. But most of all, he hated the body in which he lived lately. The yokai stopped at another counter, hiding his disgust as he bought smoked eel and pickled pike perch. Pickled pike perch. The path of passion. Masamune pointed out the armed man to Mei. There he is. I see. Her heart skipped a beat, then her pulse quickened. Remember, I'm nearby. You're gonna have to show me that I can trust you first. I don't trust you by your word, to be honest. He proceeded to walk over to a stand with hair ornaments, pretending to be interested. Master, I have a beautiful kanzashi made of bronze and copper, even gilded ones, that will make any lady happy. Mei assumed her role in the plan. Alright, here we go. You know this plan gonna go break all hell, gonna break loose. You already know. Angry voices caught Goto's attention. He turned around. A well-dressed lady was arguing with the tea merchant over a small sum of coins. In the next instant, the yokai recognized her as Kitsune. You. Crawled out of the hole you were hiding in. Finally. Empty-headed geisha. Didn't it occur to you to dress less obviously? Didn't it occur to you that I might have already left the city? No! I'm sorry, who has the empty head here? This dude's gonna fight me? Hell no! Masamune lied his ass off. He's trying to get back in character. He's a formidable enemy. We need to be careful. Even though he's dumb as hell. His lips curled into something resembling a smile. You're running out of money, beast. Trying to bargain. And that's how you got caught. You calling me a beast? For real? That's not even what you really look like. The disgruntled lady turned and walked away. Takuma followed her. He knew that the fox was inexperienced, so he expected dealing with her would be easy. He was already anticipating her fear. The fact that I've hidden this long, if you thought I was in this city, the fact that I'm sorry, I gotta keep going. The fact that I've hidden this long and you thought I was in this city means, don't that mean I have a little bit more experience than you thought? Or is he saying this because I'm new to being a kitsune? He was already anticipating her fear and appetizing cold sweat that her pain would bring. Goto did not notice the man who left the market after them. Of course he didn't. Mei followed a route according to their plan. She occasionally glanced behind her with a small mirror. The guard followed her at a short distance. But he didn't try to attack her. Here and there, passerby moved down the street. We're close. She turned another corner. Where did she go? There was no one on the street, only a faint trail skirting around dense bushes that led to an abandoned garden. The yokai quickened his pace, and the kitsune reappeared up ahead. She turned around. She noticed me. Abruptly turning off the path, she ran. Goto rushed to intercept her, and instinctively reacted to a shadow that burst from the trees, diving forward as a blade flashed dimly over his head. He rolled and sprang to his feet, pulling his sword from its scabbard. Who are you? The former samurai spoke with pride. My name is Masamune Arai. I came to kill you. That's a line from something. The kind of Monte Cristo? Isn't it like, my name is Inigo Montoya, I came to kill you, or something? I don't... Oh, you killed my father, prepare to die. It just sounded similar. I'm sorry, I don't know why. That's the Princess Bride, I think. Hiding behind a tree and holding a basket with the prepared oil. And no, I've never seen the Princess Bride. Don't come at me. Please. Hiding behind a tree holding a basket with the prepared only surprise, May watched the scene unfold. Masamune and the guard exchanged blows, each testing the other. Stepping slowly, they circled around, not taking their eyes off of each other. Goto lunged forward. Masamune directed his katana upward in a fluid motion. The tip touched Takuma below his armpit. Blood began oozing out from under his armor. The minor injury only added to his ferocity. Clashing weapons resounded through the old garden again. May turned her focus inward on her desire. Goto slashed crosswise, the sword swept a hand's breadth away from the Ronin's neck. The shadow of a bird darted toward the Oni and melted, dispersing like smoke in a gust of wind. My magic doesn't work on him. Masamune almost struck his opponent, but at the last moment he managed to dodge. You won't get away that easily. May, staring at the yokai as the Jonin had taught her, envisioned. A sword lowering, burning cloth. This time the Oni didn't have enough time to react to her magic. Succumbing to the illusion, he believed that Masamune had made a mistake. Neglecting his own defense, the Ronin had struck unnecessarily. Sensing victory, Takuma swung for a deadly strike. The fox deceived him. The blade that should have been below somehow sliced his hand from above. His despised weak human flesh responded with pain. Moreover, he was growing tired. He jumped back and looked around, spotting her. Something had gone wrong and gotten in the way. Takuma had no choice but to use his magic. The fox's defender pressed the attack, forcing the guard to keep up. The yokai tried using magic twice. Something that looked like a lump of ash appeared in the air, but both times it disintegrated without any visible effect. A lump of ash. What do you think you're trying to do? Masamune attacked sharply, giving no respite and preventing his opponent from concentrating. Goto swung, cleverly throwing off the Ronin's pacing and changing the direction of movement, working his way toward the kitsune. His body became more sluggish. He lunged forward. He's close. Attack with an illusion. I don't know if that was the right thing to do or not. A slight dizziness, a raised hand, a feverish attempt to figure out how to make him look away. May realized that she wouldn't make it in time. A swing of the blade. Ooh, that wasn't the right choice. And the next instant, she was already standing behind Masamune, who was now forcing the yokai back. He growled in powerless rage. At that moment, Arai struck again. The sword moved toward his opponent's chest in a wide arc. Goto staggered back. Slow, too slow. His cursed body failed him. Why don't you transform? Or is he afraid that somebody might see him? Yokai dropped his sword and his legs buckled. He heavily leaned back against a tree. You found yourself a protector. No matter. Not for long. His blood quickly soaked through his clothes and dripped onto the ground. May's voice was a furious hiss. You will pay for Mr. Sumiko's death. She stared at him. Not likely. He coughed, blood splattered on his chin. You're not going anywhere. May's blood still burned with the heat of battle. She could hardly restrain herself from gouging out his eyes. You will die. You're right about that. The guard tensed as he drew out a short knife he kept hidden. Masamune raised his weapon, ready to parry this final attack. But it's not going to be against you. But Takuma didn't strike at them. Instead, he thrust his knife into his own chest. What? His body jerked convulsively, starting to collapse. Suddenly, it separated in two. One body fell face first into the grass, while the second remained standing. However, the one that remained on his feet no longer looked human. Snatching the basket from Mei's hand, Masamune threw it at the yokai. Its contents scattered like a cloud, a mixture of crushed dry soybean leaves and holly seeds. The settling powder, which Arai said was like a poison to the Oni, forced Takuma to back away. The Ronin struck without a swing, a masterfully graceful movement. The katana's blade sliced through the air, passing through the yokai as though through fog. Not meeting any resistance, Masamune almost lost his balance. With an unnatural twist of the wrist, he deflected the blow's momentum, changing its trajectory. The sword grazed the mask hanging from his opponent's belt, chipping off a small piece of it. The creature let out a scream of pain, fear, and surprise. Ooh. So this ugly-looking mask thing is the key. We all need you, buddy. He rushed to the side, the Ronin followed. Arai had to dodge around the trees. The yokai dashed in a straight line, his disembodied form flickering only slightly as it passed through the old trunks. Okay, we can move through shit. That's something to keep in mind. A few moments, and whoever had so recently been Takuma Goto disappeared. Arai stopped his chase and quickly returned to Mei. Masamune? Catching his breath, he said shortly, "Let's go." The Ronin was constantly looking around, but the yokai was nowhere to be seen. What happened? Later. When did I hit my hand? It hurts. They didn't immediately go to the house they were staying in. Masamune took the long way around to make sure that no one was following them. Uh-oh. Is my hand cursed? Like, you know, like, did he, like, leave, like, a mark so he could, like, find me? He said I won't get away again. As he entered the room, he pulled the katana out once again, carefully looked around, then put it back. He frowned, puzzled. Mei was in no hurry to ask questions. Using magic had taken a noticeable toll on her. Hiding the fact that she was worried and not feeling well, Mei rekindled the hearth. She brewed tea and served some to Masamune. He took the small cup from her hands, not forgetting to thank her with a slight bow. The back of his hand was stained with blood. Following her gaze, the Ronin spoke as though embarrassed. Wait, so his hand is wounded, but my hand hurts. I'm sorry. Arai quickly produced a handkerchief and wiped away the red-brown mark. It wasn't an Oni. It looked similar, but it was different. The mixture should have worked better? He might have had time to react and protect himself with magic. But that's not the point. The Oni are capable of becoming human for a while. However, that is an illusion. Skillful, almost undetectable, but only an illusion. If you kill it, it doesn't matter how the Oni looks at that moment, it will die. Goto stabbed himself and... Masamune turned to Mei. You saw what happened next. Was that some kind of spirit? A ghost? She thought these words made Arai even more alarmed. A possession. The creature seemed to leave his body. When it was too injured to continue fighting, the spirit decided to become ethereal again, and Mei finished hesitantly. Escape? Perhaps. The man nodded, once again surprised at Mei's insight. If you don't stop insulting my intelligence. Oh my god. That's the only thing to conclude from seeing that. What do you mean? Oh, Lord. Does human form prevent him I gotta stop. Does human form prevent him from using magic? No, he tried. A draft stirred the cobwebs beneath the ceiling and made the flame in the hearth sway nervously. Masamine's voice was tense as he continued his thoughts. It's hard to kill in its true form. May insistently asked. You know a lot about the Oni. Can they be confused with something else? Was capable of this, to possess people, to walk through trees? Tell me. I can tell that you've realized who we met. Yes, I know. Orioge. May was skeptical. Orioge? Ryoge? I don't know. The creepiest of the yokai? Masamine, that fight was dangerous and you're a skilled warrior. We use herbs and my magic, but the thing that possessed Goto does not look like a harbinger of doom. A couple of gangs like the one we met in the forest surely would have dealt with him. Are you sure about that? I'm also surprised that we were victorious. However, there are no other options. There are. You don't know much about yokai. This is a Ryoge, May. You said they were very rare. That's the point. Not much is known about the Ryoge. I don't know. Any spirit moves on to its next rebirth after death. Some are born into a bird, a beast, a new person. And some are doomed to pay for their sins in Jigoku, to earn the right to be reborn. Some damned souls do not want to accept punishment and, at the risk of being destroyed forever, remain here, or even after spending time in Jigoku, they do not atone for their sins. Continuing to do evil, they torment those who wish to purify their souls. I see. That's how the Oni are made. Yes. They don't seek to disappear without a trace. Unable to count on rebirth, they wish to continue existing like ghosts after death. Some succeed. This is how the Ryoge, the ghosts of Oni, are made. I'm still trying to find exact side. I'm gonna give up. Whatever, I was gonna pronounce it that way. They're likely the nobility of Jikoku. Monks drive out ghosts and evil spirits so they can banish the Ryoge too? Technically, yes. But I heard that why am I struggling with this word? Ryoge almost destroyed an entire monastery, killing a monk every night. The abbot was one of the first to die. I see. This happened on the eve of a smallpox outbreak on the islands. A quarter of the province's population died. Everywhere I've been, people said that the Ryoge were more dangerous than Oni. Their magic is stronger, but this one was not the toughest opponent. May stirred the wood in the hearth. The fire illuminated walls that were long in need of repair. May poured some tea for herself and Masamine as she spoke. Masamine or I, it is not Oni, but the Ryoge that are hunting Kitsune. Judging by Takuma, I guess. And you were looking for the Oni that killed your master, it turns out. He made a gesture with his palm, stopping her. When calling you north, I promised to help you with Goto. I will not give up my intentions. What if the one you're after became a ghost or was killed? The Ronin's features hardened, making him seem stern and aloof. As she finished her question, May realized that she had inadvertently touched on a difficult and painful topic. Bowing low, she changed the subject. Yeah, let's talk about that. The one that was hanging on his belt. Why? Every Oni creates one when they become strong enough. For what? In hopes of becoming a ghost. It is the mask that can hold their spirit. It retains a part of his personality, his essence, his name. I don't know what their success depends on. Just in case, when I kill an Oni, I always destroy the mask to prevent a ghost from reappearing. You want to slice it in two? Yes, that's the only way to kill a Ryoge. The monk's rituals only banish them to Jikoku, but yokai can return from there. Are the masks so scary because their souls are evil? I hadn't thought about that. That's an interesting idea. Some samurai make armor with similar ones to intimidate enemies. Yeah, how will we find them now? The Ryoge won't be able to walk freely around town. He will have to possess someone again. But who? You would not be able to examine all the inhabitants of the city with a mirror. It could be anyone. Ryoga can only possess specific people. You want to elaborate on that? What if we fell again? We won't. You only killed an Oni before. The Ryoga are more dangerous. I can definitely handle this one. Trust me. You were wrong. It could have cost me my life. It could have. Because your ass convinced me to come here. Do I be petty? Do I be petty? It's not really even being petty. He manipulated my ass into coming here, helping him out, so he could find the one who killed this guy, so he can use me as bait, so he can, I don't know, get close to this guy or whatever. And then he didn't even know who we were really facing. Not that it would have really been a way for him to know that beforehand, but still, you know, he didn't have all the facts, and he came and risked my life for no reason. And I was hiding away out of here. This might have just given him a way to track me now. I'm still concerned that her hand is hurting. Maybe it's her mark on her hand? I forgot about that. Didn't it hurt too when she did something? It could be that. Could be also be a tracker. Just saying. We're to finish what we started. I may fear that Araya would find her words too pretentious, or even worse, just ridiculous. But still, she dared voice them. Masamune, you can count on me. I can handle this and do what needs to be done. I know that my magic is weak. However, I want to punish the one who killed my mentor. The Ronin did not interrupt and did not look at her with the condescension of many men. May, emboldened by this, continued. We can try to force the Ryoga to reveal himself. I'll still be the bait. He knows I'm hiding in the city. May didn't finish. Masamune shook his head. It's too risky. He knows there were two of us. The element of surprise is on his side now. What should we do then? Araya thought for a moment. There was a monastery not far from the city. They know me there. It is a safe place. I'll take you there. You can wait things out and rest for a while. I will continue looking for the Ryoga myself. To a monastery? Me? Akatsune? They are good monks. Moreover, they owe me. You will be well received. In the event of my death, they will help you to get wherever you want. You never said what you intended to do. This requires time and to think. He could go into hiding. The Ryoga only possess those whose souls are rotten to the very core. Not just any bandit will do. You need someone special, for example, a brother killer. There are two conclusions that follow. First, you shouldn't grieve for Takuma Goto. He was not worthy of it. Second, only a few people here are good enough for the Ryoga to occupy their bodies. There's no turning back. Such a person is doomed. You saw it. The Ryoga only leaves the body at the moment of death. I will look into especially brutal and dastardly murders. Take a closer look at the local executioners. That's something at least. Goto is missing. When they will find him, the guards will be furious. Shall we go now before someone finds him? The Ryoga changed bodies. Now he most likely won't be able to command the patrols. However, he still might quickly lead them to Takuma's body. Let's wait for a while until the brothels are raided and the killer is caught. Takuma Goto held a high rank. His murder must be solved quickly. Will they execute an innocent person? No, that would be too much trouble. They would have to go through an interrogation and trial. To calm down the authorities, they will find a dead beggar who no one cares about. They will say he resisted and was killed. Nobody's going to investigate? Takuma had a falling out with respectable people. Even if questions arise, they will not want to dig deeper into this. I'm sure the city's authorities will prefer to forget about this whole story as soon as possible, if the local daimyo does not worry about rampant crime. You shouldn't show yourself on the street yet. May I ask you something? Yes? Can you sell this? May handed him a gem. Where did I get that from again? I think my dad gave it to me. Did he? I think. Yeah, because he held, yeah. Because he held on to it for a long time and he said it'll be risky for him to sell it. I mean, not that he wanted to sell it, but still. There are master jewelers in town. They will buy it. I would do it myself, but if it's better to stay in the house. The geisha are suffering because of me. Since I'm here, I would like to support them somehow. Masamune noted. It'll be more difficult for you to get by than it would be for them. I'm alone, but there's no Kia of them. I grew up there, and I can imagine how their life is now. The less Lady Kanuyo knows about me, the better. Give her half. Of course. I will deliver it to her without revealing your identity. I'll go in the morning. Thank you. After their lively conversation, a strange silence fell. They both were thinking about what was and what might be, and about what would never happen. How easy it is to learn to hate. One has only to find out what pain is. What is driving me now? Fear? Anger? There will always be secrets, mysteries, and the fear of being exposed. The past cannot be rewritten. Blood and dirt can be wiped from the sleeve, but not from one's memory. Not so much. Ooh. I'm loving these lines. How I want to scream, but the silence will always be louder. I'm walking on a web, or... Our heart ached with her now familiar melancholy. Soon the Ronin got up, going out into the courtyard to check on Kieran, who, in the absence of a stable, occupied a cramped barn. Then he began carrying water into the room set aside for bathing and washing clothes. After a while, May heard a splash. The air smelled of dampness and soap. She involuntarily listened to the sounds. An inappropriate thought flashed through her mind. He's probably naked now. Confused by her own thoughts, she angrily shook it off. What am I thinking about? How can I, especially now, of all the nonsense? And then contradicting herself. But does he think about such things? Probably not. He's a serious warrior, busy with serious things, ready to die at any moment. Her inner voice added, all the more reason to appreciate every moment of his life. She held her head in her hands, preventing herself from further reflection on this topic. It is not known how long the kitsune would have sat there, but someone touched her shoulder. She flinched. May, are you alright? Occasional drops of water were falling from Masamune's wet hair. You were holding your head. Huh? No, I'm fine. I was just thinking. It's still warm in there, and there is hot water. Wonderful. Then I'll go. Wait. He reached into a bag. So as not to arouse suspicion, I bought this from a merchant in the market today. Here, take it if you like. Thank you. She smiled broadly. I like it. Arai's voice changed slightly as he made a suggestion. I was heating the water in a big pot. It's heavy. I can pour it for you. And as there is no barrel. What do you mean pour it for me? Wait, what is he saying? Is he gonna just dump it in the tub, or? What am I agreeing to here? It's only 17 gems. I don't trust it though. What am I agreeing to here? Let's see what this is. I don't understand exactly what he's suggesting. The room was semi-dark. Daylight barely shone inside. Oh lord. What have I done? The kettle was still warming up on the fire. When Masamune raised the cauldron and poured water into the tub, May turned to look at his tense hands. She forced herself to think about the fact that a man was preparing a bath for her. The room grew stuffy. The Ronin threw back the hair that had fallen across his face, twisting it into a loose bundle. Done. When it starts to cool down, feel free to add some more hot water. Left alone, May undressed. Okay. She gently sank into the water. It wasn't too bad. I can get the idea in their society and stuff like that in time. But that wasn't too bad. Sighing, she relaxed. Not an ofuro, of course, but not too bad either. Did I imagine it or not? He was embarrassed. A strong, decisive warrior who is shy of girls. Just recently he touched his soap. Like me, he was sitting in this tub. What is this quirk of fate, forcing me to share my life with unfamiliar men? She snorted, trying to rub the soap out of her nose. I don't understand how you can want to die. I hope he won't find his enemy soon. Duty, honor. Let him live longer. After bathing, May figured out what hairstyles she could make with her gift. Okay, so we have decoration. Hold up. Once again, it's just a change of hair color. Why is it so pricey in exchange? That's crazy. I'm almost tempted to go with the free one just because. But I like this. Why is it so much price? It's just a change of hair color. Someone explain that to me. Please. And also tell me how to pronounce Ryoge. Ryoge. I don't know. Then she ate and went to sleep. Her dream brought restless images. May saw her adoptive father. He stood in the middle of a field, vainly trying to catch the fog which was covering everything. Until the morning, she dreamed of dark, crooked streets where ominous shadows flashed. Then a fox appeared under an old willow tree, looking at her with piercing yellow eyes. Mom? Let's get the shot on me. Hold on. No! I didn't get the shot. I'll get it later. May screamed. It's like I should have been expecting it because he said look at real eye, but their eyes are red. It turned out that no, she only woke up, gasping for air. She wiped her forehead. Soon the Ronin got up. I'm going to town. I'll sell the stone and give the money to the geisha. Was geisha? Geisha. Left alone, she thought about how to pass the time. Oh yeah, improvement magic! Hell yeah! My life depends on it. It really does. May looked around. Still going with illusion for now. She peered into the shadows in the far corner of the room and tried to visualize how people had once lived in this house, how they had made it comfortable, how a cat had contemplated this coziness. It arched its back when the children stroked it. Caught mice. The illusion of the fluffy animal raised its head. His ears twitched as if catching a sound that only it could hear. The ghostly apparition bolted for the door. A closed door was no obstacle for an ethereal illusion. No. Fearing the people on the street would see a magic cat, she rushed after it, trying to stop it. Vanish. Disappear. And the cat obeyed. Ugh. Must have been be surprised if you returned only to find guards at the house. I need to be careful. She returned her focus to magic. When Arai arrived, everything was calm and quiet. The Ronin held out a weighty bag of dully clinking coins as he spoke. I have some bad news. I gave the money to the Okia, but they're in mourning. Was it the head lady? What? A Maiko named Naoki is dead. May slowly lowered herself onto the mat. How? Drowned in the Ofura. May, as if in denial, shook her head. No one can explain exactly how it happened. Naoki. Were you friends? No, her mentor, Mistress Chika, was very strict. Naoki had no time to socialize with the other Maiko at all. And I was older. She probably fell asleep. Naoki alone in the communal bath? That would be unacceptable. Firewood is not frivolously used for heating. Someone must have been with her. I found her yesterday morning. So she stayed there all night? Before we encountered the Ryoge. May looked up at Arai. What are you getting at? The funeral is tomorrow. I'll check if everyone leaves the Okia. A Ryoge at the Okia? This cannot be. Several misfortunes in a row. Kinuya will invite someone who has earned a name for themselves, who knows how to perform the ceremony. Monks can recognize the yokai. These are risks. If the Ryoge is there, he will find a reason not to go to the funeral. I don't believe in such coincidences. Takuma Goto was waiting for you at the Okia and had a close look at the school's inhabitants. You must not miss the chance to make sure, especially if no other geisha or Maiko will be there at that moment. It can't be that one of them turned out to be. She did not finish her thought. I'll check. I'll write a letter for you. If I don't come back, take the horse and go through the gate early in the morning. That's when there are most people around. Should the guards stop you, don't be afraid. Give them some money. I will leave some in a separate purse. If that doesn't work, let Kieran gallop away. It will break through and get away. Just hold on tight. Go to the monastery. There you should request a meeting with the abbot. Give the letter to him. Masamune is correct. What will happen to the Okiya? It's all because of me. Mother Kanuyo, I'm sorry. The next morning, Arai left early to watch the procession leaving the school. It's so quiet. The Ronin had not gone very far when May caught up with him. I'll guide you. What? I'll take you to the school. Usually Lady Kanuyo doesn't secure the doors. The whole city knows her. Not a single thief has ever broken into her Okiya. There are no locks, but there is a trick. It isn't that easy to get in. I know how to open the back door. Otherwise, the Ryoge will hear you and escape, or by yourself, you have to break down the door. This seems logical. And because it's logical, it is coldness. I can't. I'll figure it out. Maybe. You won't be able to make it quietly by yourself. I remember every squeaky floorboard. After all, I know all the corridors there. Let the world fall apart, but until I'm sure of the necessity myself, I will not allow a man to wander along the geisha's home. Her gaze was persistent. Arai nodded. She firmly added, if the Ryoge is there, kill it. When they got there, they watched the procession together. From a distance, May saw everyone, except for Naoki, who was being transported in a covered wagon, and her mentor, Mistress Chichiko. A cold lump of foreboding formed in her stomach. May approached Mistress Kanuyo's school. Wait, so she opened... So everybody was there? Except her mentor. Well, why would she kill her own? Well, if she was the new yokai, then he might need to recover, and so but he didn't eat her. It's so quiet. She opened the back door with an absolute silence. Yeah, it is silent. Pressing a secret plaque that every inhabitant of the house knew about. And there's the music. The inside was exactly as May remembered. It's to be expected, though. Not much time has passed. Seems like a lifetime. May led the way. However, they didn't reach Mistress Chico's room. There was a sound coming from the bath. The sound repeated, the splashing of water. Slightly opening the door, Arai looked into the crack. This peeping made May uncomfortable. Masamune immediately recalled pulling a silver mirror from his belt. He passed it to May. She brought the mirror to the gap and turned it, and the reflection flashed. The Ryoge, it's here. The next moment, the Ronin opened the door, bursting in. Mistress Chico. There was no one else in the bath. Apparently, while the geisha were attending to Naoki's burial, the Ryoge had taken possession of her mentor's body and had decided to relax. The Ryoge was burning extremely foul, smelling incense. A bottle of sake rested next to the ofuro. Taken by surprise, the yokai tried to reach for a heavy bucket. Masamune's fist knocked him off his feet. Arai leaned on him with all his weight, covered his mouth, twisted his arms, and pressed him to the floor. Ropes. What? The Ronin suffered a headbutt to his face. Are there ropes here, May? Belts, right away. Soon securely bound, gagged yokai was twitching on the floor, glaring hatefully at the kitsune and Masamune. This was all he could do now, imprisoned in a weak body, deprived of the ability to escape from it, and not given a chance to use magic. I can't believe it. I have known Mistress Chico from the day I was brought to the city. But what could she do to make a Ryoge possess her? Killing her student? Like, did she kill her student before or after? Oh. Restraining herself from screaming, May emphasized every word as she spoke. What happened to Naoki? Do you hear me? Did she notice a change in her mentor and that's why you killed her? Arai wanted to tell her something but changed his mind. He squatted down in front of the captive Ryoge. If you don't scream, you will live a little longer. He took out the gag and rolled up towel. Great. Now answer her. I don't think so. I looked at Mistress Chico's body and heard her voice, but the expression in her eyes was utterly alien, wild, furious. What are you going to do? Will you torture the poor woman? She's already dead. We know more about you than you expected. The yokai lunged as if intending to sink his teeth into the face of the Ronin who had pinned him down with his knee, but the restraints were holding tight. Ooh, what do you know about my mother? Out of all these questions, I want to know if he knows my mom. Even just like a twitch of emotion will let me know. But it also would give me away that I'm trying to find out information about where I came from. That's risky. I'm not asking away. I'm assuming she died. What do you know? Nothing. I don't know who your mother is. Alright. Do you have a name? Would they really tell it? If their name gives us power over them, would they tell us? I don't think a name does do that. Here. Were you the one who killed my mentor? Sumiko? Yes. Yokai smiled hungrily, his grimace taking on an unsettling quality. She was a beautiful woman. Delicious. Oh, how pale you look. I meant appetizing. A beautiful, appetizing woman. She should have still been alive, but unfortunately fate brought her to you. Of course, but I won't tell you. You don't have enough tells to know my name. Me? Nothing. That was all her, Mistress Chico. That's what I thought. The geisha are no longer invited to tea houses. They started growing short of money, and Chico was so used to the good life. So she decided, why not trade her body while it is still attractive enough? The pupil, the girl for whom Chico was like a mother, what a pity, overheard her mentor's conversation with the client. Ryoge laughed. Poor Naoki, old woman Kinuyo couldn't find time for her. She didn't want to listen right away. The smile on the woman's face looked more and more like a predatory grin. Chico drowned her, right here. She walked in while the girl was in the ofuro, pressed her down and watched her twitch and gurgle. How her beloved pupil was choking, while she thought about money. See what you brought a desperate woman to. I have nothing to do with it, May. So many corpses in this Okiya. Sumiko, Naoki, Chico will be joining them soon, all because of you. No. I'll accept Sumiko, not even really. That's still your fault. Actually, scratch that. No, actually, it's all of your fault. Don't listen to him. Can you live with the fox? Live with the fact that you killed all those people and this is all your fault? Yeah. Maybe you don't care. You will always be a stranger to people. For people like you, there are only pitchforks, spears, and fire. Witch, Kasune, scary yokai. Just like me. Shut up, we're different. Enough chatting. I will not answer any more of your questions. You can do whatever you want with this body. It's not mine. But I was shot and called for help. How will you explain everything when a crowd comes running? Yoruge's smile grew smug. You thought you were smarter than me? I'll find you later, Fox, and I'll play a painful game with you. The Ronin withdrew a canvas pouch from his bosom and opened it. Soy and Holly. If you scream, I'll put this in your mouth. The Yoruge was no longer having fun. I've always been curious about what it feels like for you when this powder touches your skin. Judging by the way that Oni writhes, it's very intensely painful. Will you tell me? Who are you? Did you forget already? Masamune Arai. Why were you looking for me? Why do you hunt Kitsune? Let me go, and I will free Chico, otherwise she will die with me. May, you don't want to have her death on your conscience, do you? I don't care. I really don't care. Let them give me a choice. May looked at Arai. I don't believe him. Chico has been dead since the moment she betrayed Naoki and he possessed her. May. Yes? Please. Check if everything is quiet outside. He shook the pouch. For now, I'll persuade our stranger to answer your question. The kitsune hesitated. I want to watch. No, I don't need to see this. May walked down the hallway to the room where she had lived for many years and looked out the window at the yard. Everything is quiet. May ran her fingertips along the wall she had once slept within. Masamune's loud voice called out after a short while. Unafraid of seeing any traces of interrogation, she looked at the Ryoge. Yokai and his human host looked the same. No wounds, not even bruises. Only the eyes were tired and drooped a little. Repeat it for her. Ryoge's head twitched. He seemed not to notice anything around him. Repeat it. The gate. What? The kitsune have a seal. The gate is sealed, and the kitsune have... The gatekeeper ordered to find the seal. Who is this gatekeeper? Who is he? Master. What is this gate? Where is it? To open them. He ordered us. Us? How many of you? Sealed. The Ryoge ordered something else and fell silent. Is that all? Doesn't he say anything else? Nothing. It's pointless to continue. The Ronin shook his head. He will pass out or die. Now what? Mariah's hand shifted to the hilt of his katana. I see. She turned away. Oh! The Ronin drew his sword. He immediately swung it again. It struck again, this time hitting the mask of the Ryoge that left the human body and did not even have time to recoil. Without turning, May asked, "Is it done?" "Yes. Now go. Go back to the rented house. I'll clean everything up here. Your enemy is dead." Well, this one. And that's shocking. But like I said, now we know about the gatekeeper, so there's our big bad. Was it him? The one you were looking for? Have you reached the end of your path? No. I know the name. This one is different. May looked at the characters on the back of the split mask. Gate and gatekeeper. Does this mean anything to you? If it did, wouldn't that what I've been asking about who the gatekeeper was? No. What about the seal? Okay. That was an abrupt ending to season 1. Okay. But we did get some information. I managed to only get coldness points. I don't know. Fine. Okay. Huh. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think, guys. So our next step is heading to the monastery. And then what? Do we go our separate ways? Because the specific Ryoge that was looking for me is gone. Now. And now he has to move on and find a new one. I guess he can continue to use me as bait since I assume all of the Ryoge are looking for me for the seal. Maybe not necessarily me specifically, just the kitsune in general. Who has the seal? What does it look like? Wait, didn't her... So her mom died, getting her away, and all I was left with was... Wasn't that a necklace or something? That the gem was in? No, but it's not the gem, because we sold the gem. I thought that would be the important part. Maybe it was the necklace. Didn't he give us a necklace? Maybe that's the seal? What happened to that? Or did she only have the gem on me? I forget. I'm sorry. I forgot it. I don't remember. Yeah. Huh. If I don't have the seal, which I most likely do. The seal also could be that mark on my hand. Wait, no, but Takal said it was something else. Like I said, if I don't have the seal, I'm definitely gonna get it. So, I mean, I'm the main character here, so I'm what they're looking for. I'm the one who has the seal, or will have the seal, somehow. But what is the gate to? What are they trying to unleash? The Kitsune probably locked it for a reason. And they're killing every Kitsune they find until they can get their hands on the seal. But why now? How long has this been going on? I don't know. I have a lot of questions. But our next step is going to the monastery, clearly. So I guess we'll see what happens there. And how we begin our adventure in season 2. How we go about getting more information about this gate. You said an interesting comment about you don't have enough tails to know my name. Trying to guess all the things that he could have meant possibly by that. Maybe do yokai respect stronger Kitsune? So maybe if we got a little bit stronger, we could even go back and remember that one that was following us in that cave and spoke to us and asked us to stay with them. Maybe even if we got a little bit stronger, maybe they would respect us more, and maybe we could ask them a few more questions because they seemed like they knew a bit more than what they told us. They just didn't want to answer any more questions. But that's one avenue we have for information. I'm not sure about anywhere else we can go to get information. Maybe at the monastery, they fight evil spirits all the time, so they might have a bit of info. If we talk to the right person, maybe like, I don't know, somebody super old there, or somebody who went through something crazy. I don't know. So it's interesting. I'm curious to see how we approach this new problem of getting information. But yeah, I'm excited to start season 2. I enjoyed the season a lot. I love the setting, I love the music. I still don't know what path I want to be on as far as passion or coldness. It seems like I instinctively choose the coldness choices. I'm starting to wonder if I shouldn't just go that route. I'll give it one more episode of just choosing what I feel. And if I'm consistently choosing coldness choices, I'll probably just go back and do coldness, see how I feel about it. And I'm curious what it's like to be Amber Fox. Like, so I kind of feel like I want to be more powerful. I don't know. I don't know if I want to burn everything to the ground. I don't know. Okay. But anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and end this right here, so I can start on season 2 right now because I'm excited to see what happens next. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and try the like button, some love, subscribe to see more content like this, and I will see you next time. Bye.